Get thrown into an isekai world, befriend some nice ladies, and enjoy the Valentine's Day you missed. That's the formula of these anime. Here are 10 isekai romance harem anime you must watch. Let's go!
Danna sama, katanaをお話しください。お手伝いいたします。
Liam's old life is a total disaster. He was a good guy, but dirt poor and totally betrayed by his wife. Then he wakes up as part of this huge space empire's royal family and decides to finally live for himself. Instead of getting pushed around, he plans to crush everyone else. But here's the funny part. Every time he tries to be a ruthless boss, the empire ends up doing better and more peacefully.
じゃあ、天城、子供部屋で検査しようか。はい、お気に召すまで。
This is like one of those RPG playthroughs where you want to go the evil route, but everything is actually going in a good way. Liam's plans to be a bad guy keeps backfiring in the most ridiculous ways. It's like he wants chaos, but peace keeps sneaking in anyway. The way the story flips the usual power-hungry hero idea and gives you this nice space harem to enjoy too.
お疲れですか？
はあ、今日もこき使われたからな。
なんかその関係、あべこべっていうか。 ベルがローデリヒさんに雇われてるみたい。
Shingo Ichinomiya wakes up as a 6-year-old named Wendelin in a fantasy world where he's the 8th son of a broke noble family. That's already a tough spot to be in. But here's the kicker. Wendelin has some serious magical skills that could help him climb out of his family's mess. Instead of just giving up, he uses his smarts and magic to try and change his future and maybe even make a name for himself.
それはパンティじゃなくてパンチ。
ほう、彼女が履いていたパンティを引き寄せるとは、さすがは竜殺しの英雄。
I know, isekai and harem shows get a bad rep, but this one stands out a bit. I mean, come on, when the bar is set so low, even a minor step up is going to feel like a masterpiece. Wendelin doesn't just yell power up and rush into fights, he actually thinks things through and plans carefully. The way the story takes its time to build characters and the world makes it feel fresh, not like a copy-paste fantasy. If you like watching someone use brains and magic to solve problems, this show nails it.
さて、剣士、人間らしくなったところで話があるのじゃが、どうじゃお主、我と共に来ぬか？え？ 我はお主が気に入った。
And now we're moving to a classic. Kenshi Masaki wakes up in a strange world of Geminar, kidnapped and thrown into a place full of giant robots and political drama. He's supposed to kill Empress Lashara, but ends up becoming her personal assistant instead, because male pilots are super rare there. While training at the Holy Land Academy, Kenshi gets caught up in fights, wars, and a massive harem battle.
嬉しいわ。ありがとう。
メザイア先生、そんなに寄っかかられちゃ。
ケンシ君にはお姉ちゃんって呼んでほしいな。
What really grabbed me was Kenshi's confidence. He knows what he's doing and doesn't hesitate, which makes things way more interesting. The girls aren't just background characters. They each have their own quirks that make the jokes and moments actually funny, not awkward. But more than anything, I love the world building. The world feels detailed, and there are these little lore details you love. I mean, you're obviously gonna love it if you're an Isekai fan.
ひょっとしてエルフとか何かちょっと変わった種族の人？
はい、私はエルフと人間の
ハーフエルフか。
本当に申し訳ありません。
大変結構。
Shinichi Kanao is your average shut-in otaku who suddenly gets a wild promotion. He's kidnapped and dropped into the Eldent Empire, a world full of elves, dragons, and dwarves. Instead of freaking out, he's handed a crazy mission from the Japanese government. Spread otaku culture everywhere, because Japan loves doing stuff like that. With the half-elf maid Mayusel and the sharp-tongued princess Petrelka by his side, Shinichi now has to spread otaku culture while dealing with politics.
つい先日16になったのじゃぞ。
え、嘘。
Now you gotta turn your brain off to enjoy this show, but there are also some deep moments hidden in the show. There might be some I am 14 and this is deep moments, but they kinda still stick. Shinichi handles racism and class fights by turning hate into heated debates about otaku culture, and Mayusel and Petrelka aren't just there to look good. They actually have cool personalities that clash and mix.
関わっているのよ。この戦いに、この世界に。 私も君も
You know, I love to sneak up on an old anime or two to list like these. Don't blame me. I'm what you kids call an Hokaku grandpa. Kazuki Yotsuga is your average high school kid who's not exactly a genius. He keeps having these weird visions of robots battling it out, and these aren't just daydreams. They're from a parallel world. Suddenly, Kazuki gets pulled into this crazy dimension and joins a group fighting against the bad guys, Rara, who wants to take over everything.
名前知ってるの
有名ですから。
あなたもね
Now this anime is old, but like all old anime, it's gold. It's like Neon Genesis Evangelion, but way less gloomy and a lot more fun. Kinda like the cheerful cousin of NGE who actually finishes things. The art style screams late 90s anime, and the English dub isn't as bad as you'd expect. Actually pretty good. What makes it stand out is how it mixes laughs, robot battles, and character growth, and the good old 90s harem with some characters who actually have personality.
そんなに強くしがみつかないでよ
いや、だって結構怖いんだぞ。
情けないわね普通は男が手綱を握るべきなんじゃない
仕方ないだろう。馬に乗ったの初めてなんだから。
After his grandpa suddenly dies, 19-year-old Kazuya Soma is pulled into the Elfrieden Kingdom, a place fighting a war against demons. Instead of picking up a sword or casting spells, he has to become king and tackle a way harder job, saving the kingdom by fixing its economy and government. With a princess fiancé by his side, he works to bring the kingdom back to life by teaming up with skilled people and updating everything from roads to laws.
さっきからだけど。
なんで
いや、気持ちよさそうに寝てるなって。
Now this is the kind of isekai we need. Instead of the usual sword and sorcery, we move on to kingdom building. And I really enjoyed it. And playing Crusader Kings 3 while watching this anime might have helped me judge it. Kazuya deals with problems using clever plans and smart rules, not fighting. Watching him deal with greedy nobles and tricky politics feels like playing a deep strategy game. Plus, kings get the best harems.
香りはじめパパっていうのはやめてくれよ。なんかものすごくむずがゆいんだ。
Nagumo Hajime and his classmates get stuck in this wild fantasy world called Tortoise, which sounds a lot like Tartarus from Greek mythology. Oh wait, I think it's because this is a set of magical labyrinths full of crazy dangers. After a brutal battle, Hajime is the only one left, but instead of giving up, he teams up with new friends like Kaori to tackle these deadly dungeons and find a way back home. Meanwhile, the other heroes try to get their act together to stop a demon army from invading.
ご主人様よ前方で何やら騒ぎじゃあれはサンドワームじゃな
I think stuff like Shield Hero and Ari Fuerta is what brought the whole revenge isekai trope to the table. There is Saga of Tanya the Evil, but the shows I mentioned were more influential, and you know what to expect here. Plenty of fights, character power scaling, and those how did he even pull that off moments. This is like the solo leveling before solo leveling. If you're into stories where an underdog works hard to become a powerhouse and there's some romance mixed in, this is a solid pick.
何する気だよ。
いいからじっとしてなさい
ちょっとおいいやおい
Louise Francois is basically the queen of magical mess-ups at Tristan Academy. Everyone calls her Louise the Zero because she seems to blow up everything she touches. But one day she accidentally summons Saito Hiraga, a guy from our world who ends up stuck with her as her familiar. Saito quickly proves he's more than just a regular guy once people see the strange mark on his hand that shows he's got powerful abilities.
それ選択しといて言葉がわからなくても使い魔なんだからそのぐらいわかるでしょ
Now, if anyone asks me to define romantic chaos, then this is the series I'm going to pick. It's like a soap opera, but somehow still entertaining. Since it's a soap opera, the story isn't what carries the show. It's the characters and the drama. The show also blends classic otherworld and harem stuff, but keeps things exciting with its unpredictable twists. And as always, remember, the queen is the best girl of the show. That's a fact.
では改めてよろしく我が主誠様
和服のクールビューティー
侍と言ってほしいですな
ヒロインじゃなくてヒーローだな
Makoto Misumi gets pulled into another world because of a deal his parents made with a goddess. But the goddess thinks he's ugly, so she takes away his hero title and kicks him out to the wastelands. The only power he gets is the ability to talk to every creature except humans. As Makoto's powers slowly grow, he builds a weird but cool group with demi-humans and mythical creatures, all working together to make a peaceful home.
若様
く来てくださった。このバカを止めてくださる。
若様、巴さんばかりエコひいきではありませんか？
This show flips the usual isekai story. The goddess herself kicks out the guys, so he has to build everything from the ground up. Makoto isn't some perfect hero everyone loves. He's called ugly and treated like nothing. So watching him succeed feels way more rewarding. The quirky characters, from Dragon Girl waifus to crazy spider demon waifus, keep the whole harem aspect funny and surprising without going overboard. It also blends comedy and action well, and it's one of the few isekai shows I put in my golden isekai watch list.
折れる寸前でさ。
それは大変でしたね。
女子の前ではもっと言い方があると思うぞ。
そうですね。お花を摘みに行ってました。
Imagine being stuck playing a dating sim set in a world where women run everything, and it's seriously tough. Our main guy pushes through non-stop hunger and no sleep just to finish the game. But then, surprise, he has a crash on a late-night run, wakes up as Leon Faux Barfort, some nobody in the game, trapped in a harsh and unfamiliar world. And surprise, surprise, the main heroine of the game is replaced by a snarky little brat.
暇なら付き合え。
評判のいいクレープ屋さんがあるんですよ。
ほら行くぞ。
This story's concept is simple. The writer asked himself, so what happens if a guy gets reincarnated in an otame game but also gets overpowered? Watching Leon think ahead instead of just fighting is way more fun to watch. And it's also nice to see this little mystery going around on how the main heroine got replaced with someone else. Unlike other harem shows, this doesn't surround the main character with girls, and instead, we get only 2 love interests. Season 2 is coming this year, and I am hyped.